Hello lovely ones, it is Rosie here and a little bit of a Rozy Coloured Magic update because I have been feeling the frequency shifts that are going on at the moment, and the winds of change are blowing in Brighton. I'm sure they're blowing elsewhere as well. And we're very soon coming up to a lunar eclipse, the full moon, on the 7th of August. Now, literally everybody I speak to at the moment is going through a really, really big challenge. And it's often in the area of the life where you least expect to have a challenge, you know, where things have always been easy. You've not really had to sort of think too hard about it. It's always come easily, and suddenly there's an issue. And what I would say to that at the moment is, I've titled this video, you know, what is this ascension timeline of planet Earth and what does it mean for you? And it's really about the fact that our planet is shifting frequency at the moment, and it's getting faster and faster. Now, how can we equate that to our physical bodies? It's a bit like being used to sort of having a 100 watt charge voltage capacity, and it's increasing, constantly increasing. So in our own beingness, we're going from what used to be dial-up to sort of super broadband, super speed broadband and fibre optic, Wi-Fi and so forth. So I'm trying to give you a sense of the fact that our circuitry is constantly shifting, just as the planet is. And until very recently, we have very much lived a dualistic existence here on Earth. The light has been very much contrasted by the darkness, and we've all had just about the same amount, well, whatever we focus on grows in our lives, that's the truth of it, but ultimately we've learned through hardship. That's been the paradigm of the patriarchal system. It's been learning through hardship, and we're moving into a new paradigm now. We're moving into the paradigm of unification, of unity consciousness, of one mind, one divine mind. And to do that, we have to unplug from everything that is part of the old program, and that is essentially things outside of us, like relationships, money, house, anything that's in the physical world, making us feel safe, so that our safety comes from feeling from something on the outside rather than a vibrationary feeling on the inside. Now, if you know me at all and you know the work I do, I'm very much about shifting your internal vibration and then seeing how that affects your environment. And I know a lot of you have been joining me on this prosperity journey, and I did just want to sort of highlight a little bit why I've been so focused on wanting to make more money, on wanting to increase my sense of prosperity, because it's an inside job. If we constantly choose to feel safe because of how much we've got externally, it's not going to work. Hello. But if we can cultivate a constant feeling of safety inside of us, no matter what, which is actually a true trust in source, a true trust in the source of all that is constantly providing for us from above and from below. Just as I'm saying that, I can feel Mother Earth kind of feeding me through my feet, and she's saying, yes, that's right, open up to this. It's really important to open up to the support, and to know that even if you don't have stacks of money in your bank account, or even if you don't have properties in your name that you own outright, or whatever is going to make you feel safe, you constantly can draw from around you whatever it is that you actually need. And we are also a collective. We are a co-creative collective. And what's important in all of this ascension business is to really root down into the earth and get a different sense of grounding and earthing, because about 3 foot deep in the earth, there's a whole circuitry which is connected to our earth chakra, our earth star. Most yogis, most of us who do sort of work with chakras are aware of 7 chakras. You might have heard of 12 or 13, but there are lots and lots of energy centers that are connecting us to different frequencies, and we are well beyond the 7 chakras now. So if you're only working with the 7 chakras, that could definitely be blocking you, and it's important to move through and definitely connect to your earth star, which is about 3 feet deep in the earth. And all I do with that is I just jump up and down, rub the soles of my feet together, rub my hands together, just get the energy moving all around my energy field, and then sense that idea of breathing up through the body and breathing down through the body, this energy that is available to you. Because once you connect to the source of energy that is available, as above and below, then you can direct where you want it to go. And the way to direct it is first and foremost to get into the feeling state of already having what you want. So if it's making more money, take that forward to what will the feeling give you of having more money? What is it that it's going to lead towards? More opportunities, what is it going to free you from? And where I'm really inspired is I'm just horrified on the one hand that we live in a world where hospitals have vending machines with chocolate bars and fizzy drinks in them, and some still have things like, fast food outlets. In a hospital? Are we mad? Like, hello? Is that in remotely the right place? No. Commerce, though, has meant it's allowed, right? In schools, we have 30 children per class. How can you possibly meet the emotional needs of 30 children in a class, particularly primary school now? How can you possibly be able to meet their needs and help them to thrive and to grow and to know that they're really important? And also, why is it that these days ticking a register of attendance and making sure you've attended X amount of school days in the year and putting the pressure on parents to make sure they do that, otherwise they face a fine or they face some kind of issue with the school, when that becomes more important than the emotional security of the child? I don't want to go to school today. Why don't you want to go to school today? I don't feel well. I feel unsafe. Well, tough, little Johnny, you've got to go because mummy's got to go to work. I've been there. I've been that mother. And what I'm saying is this is all wrong. And if each of us felt that we had more of what we needed so that we didn't have to keep making choices to sell ourselves for whatever is coming in from places that is challenging for us, i.e. we've got to go and do a job we don't want to do in order to be able to make the money that is going to justify the existence we have. Well, how about being able to really make money from doing things that you love, from inspiring yourself, inspiring others, and opening to those opportunities? Now, I know I'm throwing a lot of things into this video, but this is what ascension is about. It's about clearing out the dogma that says things have to be the way they are because that's the way they have always been. Who gives a how things have always been? How do we want them to be now? And unfortunately, the people that campaign most for the fact that this is the way things are and this is the way things will always be are the people that have had to cut themselves off most from their hearts and from their instincts in order to survive in that crazy patriarchal capitalist world that at the moment is not the ascending paradigm. It is the descending paradigm. It is the paradigm that controls us through fear and victim consciousness. And the duality continues to exist. So our planet has chosen to ascend. And as a result of that, what's happening is anything that's not part of the ascension programming is going to come up. And currently there is a collective unconscious purge, okay? This is the whole planet is purging the patriarchal puke of all this time, all the stuff we've had to swallow, the be small, the don't ask for too much, the look for someone to look after you, get yourself a good steady job which will give you financial security. Don't dream too much, you'll be disappointed. Oh, you think you're going to do that? Oh, you good luck with that. Yeah, all right, yeah. You'll come back to the real world soon. All of this stuff that has basically meant that any inspiration we've had inside of us has been squashed. All of that is being purged. And a lot of people are facing the fears that most scare them right now. So real financial instability, in relationships that we felt were really secure, something's come in that we'd far rather avoid, we'd far rather not deal with. Oh, really, this is just, this is the black spot on my otherwise perfect landscape. And, the important thing with all of this in order to ascend is actually to embrace the things that are most challenging. Wow, this tax bill is making me feel really unsafe. How am I going to deal with this? Okay, let me go into my terror. I recognise there is a part of me who is absolutely terrified that this is going to kill me. So I'm going to just hold that part of me. I'm going to love that part of me. I'm just going to bring it into my heart and I'm going to calm my breath down. Thank you for the heart. I'm just going to get myself into that place of peace and love that I know I deserve. And I'm opening myself up to miracles. I'm opening myself up to help in unexpected ways. I'm opening myself up to seeing how I've contributed to this issue and taking all the necessary steps I can to balance it out. It's like us owning stuff. It's us realising that whatever's in our life that isn't actually working too well is there to help us to see ourselves and to see where we need to love ourselves more. And as we go through that process and we feel and we clear and we love up what is there, we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for each other. So as you connect into your Earth star, you're able to do more clearing and then to support those around you to do more clearing, so that when you're a little weaker, they can support you through them having done some extra work because you've made it easier for them. And this is all the fungi, the mycelium that lives under the surface, the tree roots, and all this connectedness and community that we are. None of us are isolated. None of these things are random. Our higher selves are working with us, and if you open to your higher self to support you and to guide you, what do I do in this situation, higher self? I don't know what to do. Show me how I can align with my ascension timeline. Please come forward from the ascension timeline where I am most in line with the ascension of planet Earth, and I'm really enjoying my life and I'm in grace and ease. These are not things you do once or twice and then get upset because they didn't work. This is a constant daily practice. This is a constant focus on where you are in your vibration and using tools that you've already got to help you, whether it's your yoga practice, whether it's noticing when you're in a shitty mood and shaking it off, whether it's being able to sort of become aware, a little bit more aware even of what's going on in you. And you know, if you have a toddler having a tantrum and you're a stable, balanced adult, you will just watch them and you won't freak out at them. You'll see that they're struggling and you're not going to judge them for it. You're just going to hold space and then bring them in. Same with a teenager. If you're in a balanced adult space and they're having a meltdown, or a fellow adult is having a meltdown, you're going to be able to just hold that space for them, witness, and then not react and respond from the same place that they're coming from. So when a part of you is doing a puke and it's letting stuff out, either emotionally or mentally or spiritually, and you're tapping into it and thinking, oh my goodness, that's what I think, that's what I feel, just remember that it's conditioning that is clearing. You didn't put it there, but what you are responsible for is being able to witness it, to move it out of you through love and acceptance, and to transform it through love and acceptance. So you don't reject it, you accept it, and through accepting it, you transmute it and you hand it over. I hope I'm giving you just a few things here to help you to take a deep breath and go, oh yeah, I knew all of this. Yeah, okay, let me refocus here. Because most of us would rather sweep things under the carpet rather than deal with them. And you know what, sisters and brothers? It just ain't happening anymore. There is no more sweeping under the carpet, okay? We absolutely have to take what's under there and clear it out, hand it up to source, hand it down to Gaia, and clear our density inside of us. Because the shit's going to keep coming back. It's going to keep coming back until you change your attitude to the shit and you shift your perspective around it and you see where you can be empowered through this situation. That does not mean hurting other people, does not mean hurting yourself. It just means making some positive decisions out of self-respect for yourself that other people will honour once you start honouring them. So that is all about the ascension paradigm. That is all about planet Earth choosing ascension. And those who want to stay in the narrative of fear, those who want to stay in the narrative of victim consciousness will stay there until they get bored shitless. Okay? That's what they're going to do. And Armageddon's going to be going on at the same time as a whole new world, not a brave new world, a new earth, new vision, as Lovely Destiny talks about it, is going to be seeded. And we are changing the world. But we do need to shift the balance of power. And that's why it's really important not to reject materialism and at the same time not be attached to it. Because if more of us who care so much have got more affluence behind us to be able to be influences in changes of policy, influences in changes within institutions, that is going to be how things change from the inside. So it's really important as you awaken not to throw baby out with the bathwater and reject everything. Just see how you can take the currencies of our time, and for us it's money, to do good things with. And in so doing, how can I serve? You will be shown the way. Ask the question, How can I serve in the best possible way in alignment with my part of the divine plan? And open yourself up to that. I hope this has helped. It's been a bit of a long ramble, but you know, if you're feeling shitty, it's good to get different perspectives on things. And remember, next time you're feeling crap, put something like this on and help yourself to shift your focus. Pray for a miracle, you will get one. Ask for support in unexpected ways, you will receive it. And if at any moment you feel like it's not happening, just remember to hug yourself. It is happening, you're just not seeing it yet. Feel it first and keep looking out for the tiniest little shoots of things changing, and you will find them. I leave it there. Happy new moon. Enjoy the purge. It's all good.